Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morrowind Book Club. Today we're going to be reading the Book of Daedra, which has been generously donated to us by an anonymous source. Honestly, I can't remember where I got it, but I couldn't be cared to go back over my videos and try to find out where I got it. So we're going to be going ahead and reading about the Daedra today. So strap yourselves in and get ready for a wild ride. Sure, I don't even know what the content of this book is going to be. So let's get started. The Book of Daedra. These are excerpts from this lengthy tome describing the nature of each of the Daedra. So basically, we're not getting to read the entire book, just the parts of the book that Bethesda wanted to actually write. So, Azura, whose sphere is dusk and dawn, the magic in-between realms of twilight, known as the Moonshadow, mother of the rose and queen of the night sky. Boethia, whose sphere is deceit and conspiracy, and the secret plots of murder, assassination, treason, and unlawful overthrow of authority. Clavicus Vile, whose sphere is the granting of power and wishes through ritual, invocations, and pact. Now, before we continue, my understanding is the Daedra are kind of gods. It's like they're a strange sort of like demon god hybrid, not in world, but that's just the way I'm explaining what they are. It's a lot more complex, and I'm hoping the book goes ahead and explains exactly what they are, who they are, and any little tidbits about them. Anyways, back to the book. Hermaeus Mora, whose sphere is scrying of the tides of fate, of the past and future, as read in the stars and heavens, and in whose dominion are the treasures of knowledge and memory. Hircine, who we've spoken to in previous games, whose sphere is the hunt, the sport of Daedra, the great game, the chase, known as the huntsman and the father of man-beasts. Yeah, we learned that. Malakath, whose sphere is the patronage of the spurned and ostracized, the keeper of the sworn oath and the bloody curse. Mehrunes Dagon, whose sphere is destruction, change, revolution, energy, and ambition. Methala, whose sphere is obscured to mortals, known by the names web spinner, spinner, and spider, whose only consistent theme seems to be interference in the affairs of mortals for her amusement. Meridia, whose sphere is obscured to mortals, who is associated with the energies of living things. Molag Bal. Is this just the name of all? No, I think they're going to introduce them to us, and then they'll probably give us more information about them. Molag Bal, whose sphere is the domination and enslavement of mortals, whose desire is to harvest the souls of mortals and to bring mortals' souls within his sway by spreading seeds of strife and discord in the mortal realms. Namira, whose sphere is the ancient darkness, known as the Spirit Daedra, ruler of sundry dark and shadowy spirits associated with spiders, insects, slugs, and other repulsive creatures which inspire mortals with an instinctive revulsion. Nocturnal, whose sphere is the night and darkness, who is known as the Night Mistress. Periite, whose sphere is the ordering of the lowest orders of oblivion, known as the Taskmaster. Sanguine, yeah, whose sphere is hedonistic revelry and debauchery, and passionate indulgences of darker natures. Sheogorath, whose sphere is madness and whose motives are unknowable. And Ver Nima, whose sphere is the realm of dreams and nightmares, and from whose realm issues forth evil omens. Now, especially marked for special interest under the heading Malakath, you find a reference to Scourge, in all caps, blessed by Malakath, and dedicated to the use of mortals. In short, the reference suggests that any Daedra attempting to invoke the weapon's powers will be expelled into the void streams of oblivion. Scourge by... Okay, so are they talking about artifacts? Of the legendary... Oh, yeah, very next paragraph. Of the legendary artifacts of the Daedra, many are well known, like Azura's Star and Sheogorath's Wabajak. Others are less well known, like Scourge, Makan's Hammer, Bane of Daedra. Azura's Star, yeah, that's something we're going to want to get at some point during this playthrough. I'm not going to rush to it, though, because it can unbalance things a little bit. Yet through Malakath blessed Scourge to be potent against his Daedric kin, he thought not that it should fall into Daedric hands, then to serve as a tool for private war among Caitiff and Forsaken. Thus did Malakath curse the device, such that should any dark kin seek to invoke its powers, that a void should open and swallow that Daedra, and perch him into Oblivion's void streams, from thence to pathfind back to the real and unreal worlds in the full order of time. So we get a little bit of a tip about some of the artifacts, and we learn a little bit about who the Daedra are. I was kind of hoping sorry, I'm stuttering a bit here. We would have gotten a little bit of, we'll say, history of them, explaining them. And I do know that that information is out there, but it's likely in a different book. I'm sorry, but your information is in another castle. So we'll have to go ahead and find that book to go ahead and read it. It was suggested to me that there is a place online, I believe the Imperial Library, that you can go ahead and read the books. However, that is not what I want to do with the series. I want to strictly, this is kind of like in addition to, it's kind of a supplemental sort of side video series to go along with my complete, my regular Let's Play. Where I'm just reading books that I'm finding within Morrowind. So I have no interest in going to a website and reading off there. To me, I think it's I don't know. It's more interesting to me to be able to pick up these books and kind of see how they relate to the world as I'm playing through it. It's basically just, some people don't like sitting just the regular reading. So I've kind of just taken that out and put them into their own videos. But this is kind of part of the Let's Play, just as much as the regular Let's Play episodes. It's just that I'm giving people the choice of whether or not they want to see or hear the reading. Anyways, that was a Book of Daedra. I think that's what it was called. The Book of Daedra. Yeah. So if you like the video, if you like the content, and you'd like to see more of it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, go ahead and leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And until next time, I'd like to ask you all to game on.